Hello dear students, welcome to Devika's Commerce and Management Academy. Today we'll see weighted cost of capital. You know that whenever company wants funds, they'll be issuing shares. Shares means preference shares and equity shares. Apart from that, they'll be issuing debentures also. We have seen the calculation of cost of capital. Cost of capital means cost of preference shares, cost of equity shares, cost of debentures. How do we calculate that? We have seen. Even cost of retained earnings also. Four things we have seen. Now altogether, weighted average capital, weighted capital, cost of capital. This we will see today. It means whenever company is issuing shares, debentures, and shares also different types of shares. So that structure, capital structure we say. Company is accumulating through preference shares at 20% and through equity shares suppose say 40%. 20 plus 40 comes to 60% and through debentures 40 more percent means 244 in this ratio they are issuing. When they are accumulating debentures or shares, so that weightage we wanted to see. Weightage. So altogether how is the weightage? So for that we have to calculate weighted average cost of capital. So here we are going to calculate the cost of debt, cost of debentures, cost of preference shares, cost of equity shares. These three we are going to calculate. Why not cost of retained earnings? Are you getting a question? Yes. Cost of retained earnings, it is in the company itself only. Only if they are going to distribute that retained earnings to the shareholders, then they are going to invest in the company. With that assumption we have calculated. In fact, it's not exactly the cost for the company. That is why we are going to calculate only the three things: cost of debt, cost of preference shares, cost of equity shares. All these things will calculate. Then after that we are going to calculate the average, weighted average cost of capital. Through a problem I'll make you to understand very easy. Just to focus for 5-10 minutes, you will understand. Okay, because already we have command over the calculation of cost of debt, cost of equity capital, cost of preference shares. This we have good idea. And when percentage is given, then very easy. Formula is also very easy. In the same passion we'll work out one problem. Just focus. Now if you see the problem, the equity shares of a company are quoted as 105. Equity shares, cost of that equity shares is quoted 105. The company plans to declare a dividend of 10 rupees per share. Company wanted to issue 10 rupees per share. The growth rate of dividend is 5%. Now what is this equity shares? Equity shares cost is 105. Okay, and they wanted to give dividend of 10 rupees and growth rate is also given 5%. Whenever growth rate is given, you know that how do we calculate it? So D plus, this is the formula na? D plus market price plus growth rate into 100. If growth rate is not given, dividend by market price, isn't it? Now here growth rate is given. I'll use another marker. Growth rate is given. Our dividend is 5%. Remember this point. Okay, am I clear up to here? Then after that, the tax rate is 50%. Tax rate means it is applicable when we calculate cost of debt. Debentures, when we issue on the debentures, whatever interest we are paying, there we are going to get the tax benefit. You have an idea, as we have done. So that is why tax rate 50% means, remember, when we calculate the cost of debt, there we are going to use tax rate 50%. Calculate weighted average cost of capital, WACC, weighted average cost of capital. Okay, when the capital structure of the company as on 31st March 2020 shows the following details. When capital structure is like this, calculate WACC, weighted average cost of capital. What is the structure? If you see, equity share capital. Equity share capital, how much it is? 9 lakh of 1 rupee each share is 1 rupee. How many shares are there? 9 lakh, means cost is 9 lakh rupees. So this is equity share capital. 10% preference shares, Preference shares are how much? 10%. Dividend will be given to the preference shareholders. What is the cost? 6 lakh rupees. And 10% debentures. Debentures is 5 lakh rupees. Okay. So this is the capital structure. They are asking us to calculate WACC. First, what do we need to calculate? Cost of equity capital, cost of preference shares, cost of debentures. These three we are going to calculate. Very easy. I have already done. I just want to explain. Equity share capital, let us see first. Cost of equity capital. Equity capital, what do we say? KE. Simple formula because percentages are given. So, KE is equal to D by MP plus growth rate is given, that is by G. Otherwise, D by MP. D means dividend. Dividend by market price into 100. When growth rate is given, dividend by market price plus growth, D by MP plus growth into 100. Now if you see dividend is how much? Equity shares declared 10 rupees per share. 10 rupees per share. So I have written here 10 rupees per share. Okay. Dividend by market price is how much? 105. Okay. Market price is 105. This is 105 I have written. Plus growth rate. Growth rate is 5%. 5 by 100 it comes to 0.05. 5%. 0.05. Add into 100. If you do the calculations, you will be getting 14.52. Okay. 10 by 105 means it is 0.095 plus 0.05 into 100. You will be getting 14.52% cost of equity capital. When you are issuing equity capital, your cost is 14.52. Okay. Now next come to the cost of preference share capital. Cost of preference share capital. What is the formula? D by NP into 100. D means dividend. Dividend by net proceeds into 100. Dividend is how much? Actually, they are saying cost of preference shares, na? 10% they are saying. Dividend is 10% out of 6 lakh rupees. Calculation of dividend I am showing you here. 6 lakh into 10%. 6 lakh into 10% comes to 60,000. 60,000 is the dividend. Okay. Dividend we know. Dividend by net proceeds. Net proceeds means total value of the preference shares. 6 lakh. 60,000 by 6 lakh into 100. It comes to 10%. 10% is the cost of preference shares. Now we'll go for the cost of debentures. Cost of debentures. Cost of debentures, always remember here you are going to take the tax. There we had dividend on the top. Dividend by MP plus G into 100. Now here dividend by NP into 100. Now no dividend, interest. Because debentures we give the interest, not dividend. So that is why formula is here. Cost of debentures KD is equal to I into 1 by T. 1 by T, why? Tax is given. If not given, simply we would have taken I by NP into 100. I means interest by NP, net proceeds, into 100. So I into 1 by T by NP into 100 already we have done. So I is interest. Interest how much? 10% on this. Here I have shown you. Are you able to see? There is a small shaking of the camera. I thought something is gone. So I am showing you the working notes here. 5 lakh into 10%. 5 lakh into 10% is 50,000. 50,000 is the interest. Okay. So interest 50,000 into 1 by T. T tax rate is how much? Where is the tax rate? Tax rate is 50%. 50 by 100 it comes to 0.50. Okay. 1 minus 0.50 divided by NP, net proceeds. Total value of the debentures 5 lakh. 5 lakh is written into 100. Am I clear? Then after that what we have done? Calculations. If you cut this 3 zeros, 4 zeros, 5 by 50 comes to 0.10. Okay. 0.10. Here 1 minus 0.50 means 0.50. Okay. 50. So this multiplication if you do, you are getting answer of 5%. Up to here clear? What we have done? First we have calculated cost of this one, equity share capital. Cost of equity share capital, what's the formula? Dividend by MP, market price, plus growth rate, plus G. If growth rate was not given, simply we would have taken D by MP. D by MP plus G into 100. As per this, you got this. Then after that, calculation of preference shares. Preference shares very simple. Dividend by NP into 100. Dividend is 10% of this 60,000. NP is 6 lakh into 100. So you got 10%. Then after that, calculation of cost of debt. Cost of debt is formula is interest, not dividend. Interest into 1 minus T. Interest into 1 minus T by NP into 100. Okay. So interest is here 50,000. 5 lakh 10% is 50,000 into 1 minus T. Tax rate is 50%. 50 by 100 it comes to 0.50 divided by total cost of the debentures are 5 lakh, net proceeds are 5 lakh into 100. So you got 5%. Like we have calculated literally cost of preference shares, cost of equity shares, cost of debt we have calculated. Now when we know these three values, cost of these three, then we can show through a table WACC, weighted average cost of capital. So now here computation of weighted average cost of capital. What are the columns we are writing? First thing is that source of funds. What are the sources? Three sources, right? Three sources I have written. Equity share capital first and preference shares debentures. Equity shares, preference shares, debentures. Their value in the second column. Number one, first column, source of funds. Okay. Second column, amount, 9 lakh, 6 lakh, 5 lakh, 9, 6, 5. Okay. Then after that, weights. Weights we have to calculate. How do we calculate the weight? For calculation of weight, this amount divided by the total. Total, if you see, 965, this total is 20 lakh. Weight when you want it to calculate, this amount divided by 20 lakh. So I have written here second column divided by 20 lakh. Second column is this one. 9 lakh divided by 20 lakh. You will be getting 0.45. Did you remember weighted average also we have done in statistics? Weighted average, weighted standard deviation also we have done. The same passion. 9 lakh divided by this. You are getting weight 0.45. In the same way 6 lakh divided by 20 lakh into 100. So you are getting 0.30. 5 lakh divided by 20 lakh 0.25. If you total up everything, it should be 1. Means 100%. If it is 100%, 1, the weight of equity share capital is 0.45, preference shares is 0.30 and debentures are 0.25. This is weight. Weight, simply weight we have calculated. But we want aggregate, total, isn't it? Weighted average cost of capital we want. So that is why, apart from these columns, we are going to provide two more columns. One is after tax cost percentage. After tax cost percentage means whatever we have calculated, like 14.5052 answers. Okay, after tax cost percentage. Cost percentage we have done na 14.52 here, and this one is 10%, and next 5%. This we have done. Now how do we calculate weighted cost? Third column into this one. Weights we have already calculated, this one, and calculated answers, this one. 3 into 4. 3 into 4 comes to this fifth column. Okay. So 0.45 into 14.52, 6.53. 0.30 into 10, 3. Like you got this weighted cost. If you total up everything, you are getting 10.78. 10.78 is here weighted average cost of capital. I have written here, therefore, weighted average cost of capital is equal to 10.78. What does it mean? It means when I am issuing preference shares, equity shares and debentures, total altogether, if I take the weights and all these things, my cost together, all these things when I issue, my cost is 10.78 as per the weight. This is the meaning. Am I clear? Want to take screenshot? Yes. It's very simple. We know how to calculate cost of debt, cost of preference shares, cost of equity shares. Simply we have calculated, prepared a table. Table also, you know that source of fund amount is same. Weight column we have provided third one. How do we calculated weighted? How we have calculated 9 lakh divided by 2 lakh. Like this you got the weight. Then after that, after tax cost percentage, this amount, whatever we have calculated, that cost percentage we have written. Third column into fourth column comes to weighted cost. All total together is 10.78 is the weighted average cost of capital. Simple. In exam, most of the time you'll expect this kind of questions only, because total weight means there we are calculating all, everything is coming under one umbrella. That is why this problem is important. We'll work out one more problem in the next class. Hope you understood. Any doubt? So please do share these videos and also check out the playlist. Whatever is available, use it and study well. Have a bright career. Good luck.